It was described as a bold move when President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. called for the courtesy resignations of his entire cabinet. It was an effort to reset his administration. But in the third cut from the cabinet revamp today, it looks like most Marcos officials are keeping their jobs after all. Here's a report from Mobile Journal Julie Baisa.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has decided to keep most of his cabinet secretaries after calling for their courtesy resignations last month. The chief executive's recalibration of his administration follows the results of the midterm elections. But on Tuesday, the third installment of the supposed reset, it looked like the revamp was not as sweeping as promised.
You know, this is not a purge. You must understand that. That's why we went to the courtesy resignation as the means for implementing this reorganization.
Among those that had their courtesy resignations declined are secretaries of the government's frontline agencies: Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. of the Department of Agriculture, Conrado Estrella III of the Department of Agrarian Reform, Sani Angara of DepEd, Francisco Benitez of TESDA, Bienvenido Lagasma of DOLE, Rex Gatchalian of DSWD, Teodoro Herbosa of the Department of Health, Hans Leo Cacdac of the Department of Migrant Workers, Renato Solidum Jr. of DOST, Cristina Frasco for Tourism, Henry Roel Aguda of DICT, Vince D. Zon of the Department of Transportation, and Manuel Bonoan for DPWH. Also keeping their posts are Juan Ponce Enrile as Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, Elaine Masukat of the Presidential Management Staff, Romando Artes of the MMDA, and Leo Tereso Magno of the Mindanao Development Authority.
You are asking for blood. There will still be blood. But, you know, we are still undertaking continuing performance evaluations even of those undersecretaries or those lower than the cabinet rank functionaries. I assure you that this is a very sweeping and thorough evaluation being made by the President.
Among the first wave of resignations to be declined were the President's economic team, which is the DTI, DOF, DBM, and NEDA, as well as the Cabinet Security Cluster composed of the DOJ, DND, and DILG. Meanwhile, Marcos accepted the courtesy resignations of Maynardo Sabili, Presidential Commission on the Urban Poor Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Presidential Assistant for the Visayas Terence Calatrava, and Presidential Assistant on Muslim Affairs Almarin Tila. Bersamin said the president also terminated the Presidential Advisor on Special Concerns Menandro Espinelli. Mobile Journal Julie Baiza, We Are One News.